The annual team-building retreat was supposed to strengthen trust, but for me, it became the night that completely changed my life. When the hotel manager apologized and explained there had been a booking mistake, I expected someone else to volunteer to switch rooms. Instead, I found myself standing face to face with the one person I had spent 2 years trying to avoid. My workplace rival, Hannah, looked just as frustrated as I felt. Then she sighed, picked up the room key, glanced toward the small hotel room with a single bed, and quietly muttered that there was only one bed, and that I shouldn't make it awkward. In that single moment, every assumption I had carried about her began to shake. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, forgiveness, and second chances, please take a moment to like this video. Leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Share this story with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories that remind us how powerful compassion can truly be. My name is Nathan, and I worked as a project manager for a growing software company in Denver, Colorado. Hannah was our senior designer. Everyone in the office believed we disliked each other because every meeting seemed to turn into another disagreement. She challenged my ideas, I questioned her decisions, and our coworkers often joked that if one of us suggested sunshine, the other would argue for rain. Deep inside, I believed she simply wanted me to fail. I had worked hard to earn respect after years of struggling through college and supporting my widowed mother. So every criticism from Hannah felt deeply personal. The company announced a weekend retreat in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, hoping the entire staff would reconnect after months of stressful deadlines. There were outdoor activities, leadership workshops, campfires, and group challenges designed to build teamwork. Everything was going smoothly until the hotel experienced an unexpected plumbing issue that left several rooms unusable. Because Hannah and I arrived last after helping another employee whose car had broken down, we ended up with the only remaining room. The atmosphere felt painfully uncomfortable. We avoided eye contact while trying to decide how to make the situation work. The room was small, the silence even smaller, and the emotional distance between us felt impossible to cross. Yet something unexpected happened that evening. Instead of arguing, we simply grew tired of pretending to hate each other. As heavy rain poured outside the cabin windows, conversation slowly replaced silence. We talked about work at first, then about family, dreams, disappointments, and the hidden parts of ourselves that never appeared inside conference rooms. For the first time, I discovered that Hannah wasn't the confident, fearless woman I had imagined. She carried enormous pressure after losing her father only a year earlier. She worked endless hours because she was helping her younger brother finish medical school. Every project mattered because every paycheck supported someone she loved. Her perfectionism wasn't arrogance. It was survival. Listening to her story made me realize how little I actually knew about the person I had judged every single day. When she asked why I always reacted defensively during meetings, I admitted something I had never confessed to anyone at work. Growing up with very little had left me terrified of failure. Every suggestion that challenged my work felt like confirmation that I wasn't good enough. I had mistaken constructive criticism for personal attacks because insecurity had become louder than reason. Saying those words felt like removing years of invisible weight from my shoulders. The next morning brought an outdoor obstacle course that required complete trust between teammates. Fate placed Hannah and me together again. There were rope bridges, climbing walls, and difficult paths through the forest. At one point, I slipped on a wet rock while crossing a narrow stream. Before I could fall, Hannah grabbed my arm without hesitation, risking her own balance to pull me back to safety. Later, when she struggled to climb a steep wooden wall, I stayed below until she reached the top, refusing to leave her behind. For the first time, we weren't competitors, we were partners. Our coworkers began noticing the change. The tension that had once filled every room slowly disappeared. During the final evening around the campfire, our manager spoke about how real teamwork begins when people stop assuming the worst about each other. Those words settled quietly in my heart because I finally understood their meaning. Returning to the office the following week felt completely different. Hannah and I still challenged each other's ideas, but now those conversations were filled with respect instead of resentment. We learned that the strongest projects came from honest collaboration, not silent competition. Within months, our department completed one of the company's biggest contracts. Instead of receiving recognition separately, we accepted the award together because neither of us could have succeeded alone. Months later, while cleaning old files from my desk, I found notes from meetings where I had written angry reminders about proving Hannah wrong. I smiled before throwing them away. Holding on to bitterness had never protected me. It had only prevented me from seeing the humanity standing right in front of me. Sometimes life doesn't change because we find new people. Sometimes it changes because we finally see familiar people through kinder eyes. One unexpected hotel room, one uncomfortable night, and one honest conversation taught me that our greatest rivals are often carrying invisible battles that look remarkably similar to our own. Understanding doesn't erase every disagreement, but it transforms the way we face them. If this story touched your heart or reminded you of someone